Why, hello, everybody. Welcome to week 7 here in Fundamentals of Criminal Law. This is going to be a real brief weekly update, so let me get out of the way and we'll go ahead and get down to the meat and potatoes. Okay, for week 7, we're going to be looking at Title 5 of your Penal Code specifically. That was easy for me to say. Chapters 21 through 22, which is some of the offenses against persons. So start working on your exam review as you watch the video and read that section of the Penal Code. Make sure you take that weekly quiz and make at least a 100 on it. Okay, you only have to make a 70 to move on, but you can take it over until you make the 100 and it will help your grades. And again, complete your original and follow-up post to your discussions number 7 and 6. Make sure you are following the criteria. Look at your scores on the discussion. If you're getting less than 100, there's a rubric that shows you exactly what you were missing. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then the last thing we've got is your first case review. You will submit it on the case review. And again, I want to emphasize, I generally have at least one person who writes a research paper. This is a case review. A research paper takes you longer to do. This is where your only source, only allowable source, is a copy of the case that, in this case, for the first one, that the U.S. Supreme Court decided. And you can get a copy of that on Google Scholar, and then you are going to read that and you will follow the template to submit this case review. Don't write a research paper. I don't care what somebody else says, somebody else's summary. In fact, I deplore you not to read their summary. This is supposed to be your work. So be sure to just do the review. Don't waste your time doing a research paper, because you're going to have to do it over and do a case review. Okay, with that said, the case reviews should not take you that long to complete, but please have someone else read them. Please make sure that you get it right. What was the decision? So you've got to see who appealed. If it was the state appealing and the Supreme Court overturned the decision, then usually the law enforcement side won. If it is the defendant that's appealing and they win the case, then something got overturned and they probably had a conviction that was vacated. That's not to say they weren't convicted. Again, the most famous Supreme Court case, the Miranda decision, Miranda was eventually convicted, but he had a new trial. So just with that said. So get those ins. I'm looking forward to seeing them. And as I told you, this would be a real brief weekly update. I will talk to you again next week.